Hello everyone, Brianna here from So Cute and Quirky, and I want to talk to you about changing your sewing machine needle. It's so important. You cannot forget to do this. They don't cost a lot of money and it's really good for your project and your machine. So let's talk about some reasons why and how often. How often, generally a rule of thumb would be about every 8 hours to change your machine. 8 hours of sewing time, so think about that. Changing your needle doesn't cost a lot and it saves on your machine thread, fabric. You don't want to ruin any of those things that you spent some money on. Also, another way to think about how often is if you have a large project or several small projects. So think about that, changing between those several small projects or the larger projects. We can also think about some of the reasons why we should change it. And it's important because, again, who wants to ruin their project they worked so hard on? So here's some reasons that we should be changing it. And some of them could be dull or the fabric can get ruined. Don't want to ruin that fabric. And we want to think about the motor of our machine. So change that needle. They don't cost a lot of money, only about $1 a needle approximately. So it's not that much and you still get a lot of sewing time out of it. Don't forget to do that. Also, what are some of the signs? So how do we know to change the needle? Well, here are some signs. Some skip stitches. That's one of the biggest things. We always think, well, what's wrong with the machine? It may not be the machine. It could be the needle. So change those, change the needle and you will not get skip stitches. Also think about a thud, thump, 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 or a thud, 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 something, a different sound in your machine, louder than normal. Change it again. Don't forget. And also puckering of your fabric and shredding of your top thread. You don't want to ruin your thread or your fabric. You spent good money on thread, so why would you want to ruin it? Just change that needle out. You've already used it and it's been used for a while. It's time to change it. So some other things we can think about because we should change it, just change it. Here are some things that can happen with needles. One, they're bent. They're bent and you may not see that they are bent, or they are dull and you may not know they're dull. That thumping thud sound is going to be a reason that you'll know that it's time to change it. It's probably dull. And also there could be a burr and you don't see the burr, so go ahead and change it. It's so important. And let's talk about, again, these needles, they don't cost that much. Now, I use Smets and I really like these guys a lot. They're really good needles. But your needle that you use, you spent some money on that. Not a lot of money overall, about $1 a needle. So why not change it? It didn't cost that much money and you have a good project left that didn't get ruined. So change that needle and don't be cheap. So think about changing the needle again. I just wanted to go over some of these few things for you. Again, let's not forget to change that needle. And remember, you don't want to ruin your project. And don't be cheap. You don't want to ruin your project. Use a good needle and just change it out. Have a good day and had fun talking to you. Take care. Bye.